All right. Hi, everybody.
Yay.
We'll switch scenes here, and you can all see us, too. All right. And, Doug, am I right that you're voice only right now?
Yeah, I think I'm probably voice only. Well, I don't have a webcam set up because Sam is streaming, and he took the webcam.
That's legit.
That's legit.
That is legit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, everybody, welcome Doug.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and it's your anniversary? That's what the thing you said.
34 months in a row.
That's right.
Wow.
Me and Doug were like, yeah, we'll buy each other a beer every month for a while. And that's continued.
Yeah.
For 3 years now, basically.
At this point, I'm too afraid to not do that anymore. I don't want it to stop. I don't want it to end ever.
I just want to keep streaming forever, is what I want. So I've started us just after the long, annoying intro sequence, because we're going to jump ahead to a save file at the end. But there's a couple pieces of music I really like that I can't access any other way. So we're going to start a new game to do that right now.
Also, that life capsule theme is so Metroid-y.
This whole game is basically a walking homage to Super Metroid.
Are you playing the Wii version, the WiiWare version?
I am not. I'm playing the Steam version, Cave Story Plus. So there's a graphic filter on it that makes everything a little sharper.
Yeah.
And the tiling is filled in. You'll notice it's still a square box. In the original PC version, the farthest out tile would be 3 bricks to the left. You can see one across a gap. That'd be the last brick on the original shareware version.
I got the WiiWare version, but I don't think I ever played the Steam version, actually.
The WiiWare version is very strange to me because it uses a totally different soundtrack that I don't like.
I guess this is a great time to just jump into it and start dragging people. Because I've heard that they just didn't finish their HD upgrade soundtrack.
And that's why we have like the all general MIDI version on the Wii?
Yeah, well, like there are some tracks, they're like battle themes in like the quote-unquote like remixed version of the soundtrack that don't even have drums.
Yeah, and, some of them are really terrible.
Yeah,
we'll look at that at the title
bad.
Screen in just a minute. Here, I don't actually need to get that heart because I'm perfect at this game and will never take any damage.
Wow.
Wow. That's a flex.
It's not the case. Well, I'm going to start getting my ass kicked.
Cave Story is really wonderful in that it was, one of the first indie games, and one of the first indie games that inspired like the movement of indie games that we have today.
Yeah, for sure.
But unfortunately, it really met a terrible fate with its involvement with the company Nicalis, that's been under a lot of scrutiny publicly for their practices. And unfortunately, this game got wrapped up in the middle of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also probably why the Wii soundtrack version sounds so weird.
Yes. In fact, when they remastered it for the 3DS, and this PC version has this third soundtrack as well, they asked... I need to look this up to make sure, but I'm 90% it's Danny Baranowski who came in and remastered the whole Cave Story soundtrack. And so the 3DS version and the Steam Collector's version that I've got here has the original, the terrible WiiWare version, and this third remastered version that's pretty badass. It feels like what the WiiWare version should have been. Because a lot of the moods of the WiiWare version are off.
Yeah, it's Danny Baranowski, you're right.
And you want to talk about somebody who like passionately cares about indie gaming, like you couldn't have done better than to get him to rework this. I started a new game primarily to hear this town theme, which eventually goes away. Because it's one of the all-time great town themes, even though we're not in like JRPG land where all of that always follows the rules. This is great.
And just to piggyback off of what Ryan said, in case anybody isn't super aware of Danny Baranowski, we're talking about involvement with Super Meat Boy, Binding of Isaac, and Crypta the Necrodancer, just to name a few. So
what's he really known for? Like, has he done anything big that we would know?
Oof.
Funny, seeing Danny Baranowski is just another great example of somebody that, and I think Ryan can relate to this as well, was another familiar name, familiar face on Overclocked Remix, who went on to do incredible things shortly thereafter.
For sure. There's a lot of folks,
that too.
including both Doug and myself, for what it's worth, that have gone on to careers in music that were all just a part of this group of kids on the internet hanging out at the same place.
Yep.
Kids on the internet? Gasp.
Nice to find community and not just, I don't know, annoying Facebook
in any case,
for boomers.
I really wanted to hear the Amiga Village tune just because I really like how smooth of a groove it has.
It's a very, very towny town theme.
I like everything about it, but we are going to go...
What makes it a town theme?
Well...
Why smush it? Well, we can make the list.
Here,
it's I was hoping you might say something like that, because this is also another great example of, the compositional education via tradition, right? Like, nobody taught Pixel what a town theme needs.
Right, but you can intuit it if you've played all the games, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
or even just like 3.
Very quickly, we're going to stick with the original, I think, for the most part of the playthrough, and if we finish early, I'll go back and reload with a remastered soundtrack. But here's the original, which is very much 1990s PC Sound Blaster 16 style sound.
Ryan, did you want to get into like the actual technology of the original sounds? Do you know about that whole element of this?
I know that Pixel rarely, for a indie developer, coded his own sound system into Cave Story.
Yes.
It's a unique engine.
Yes.
I don't know the details of it.
He also coded the DAW he used to write the music.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
What you're hearing now, so listen to how this original one starts. It has energy immediately, right? It's almost to the point where it's a grating chiptune sound where they rely on you liking this sound. This is the WiiWare version. Loses the mood completely.
Yeah, it's like
slows
in a
the tempo.
Room or something.
It's like a waiting room for one of the hardcore indie action games on the planet. I'm gonna go back to the original and we're gonna pass and do this version. Hold on. This is Danny B's version.
Way more energy than the other one.
Yes, and
this is nice.
These tracks are all very faithful to Pixel's tracks, but the technology and the instruments are not 25 years old.
Yeah.
So you can hear a Wurlitzer organ down in there instead of a chiptune sound, but it's clearly been crafted with the original in mind.
This is very similar to the kind of success that...
Again.
Yeah, God. It's similar to the success that Sonic Mania experienced in some of the remastered tracks in that soundtrack that very much elicited the experience of hearing the soundtrack back on the Sega Genesis, but through 21st century ears,
Yes, absolutely. So now we are at the end of the game. We're gonna not...
What?
We're gonna go back to Amiga Village really quickly after I pick up an item here, because if I don't do it right now, I'll forget and everybody will make fun of me. Gotta stop off here.
Well, it's a new translation that I'm not used to.
All right. This is actually the start of a hidden ending to the game. You're never told the whole plot of this thing unless you do a lot of work that I could not possibly have done in one stream session.
So Andrew made a comment about folks needing to read my chapter about town themes, which I really only give a nice little tidy paragraph to town themes in my Cleopatra chapter. But honestly, tropes in general are those things that I allude to, but I don't actually want to do that work. I'm scared of I'm scared of tropes.
See, I like tropes. I will do the tropes. I
just think it's really hard to do well. I've seen a lot of...
All right.
And I'm not going to drag any particular person. I've just seen a lot of papers that don't
go this
really do it justice when it's trying to like codify something. There's a lot of pitfalls to trying to make generalizations like that. But at the same time, like, I will wantonly refer to like, oh yeah, town themes, you know, like
right.
we know.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, we know, we just don't have words.
Yeah.
Okay, so now,
you know,
at the end of the game, we have this new town theme. The town has been ruined by now. You can see all the doors are like wrecked. Everybody's gone. So it's empty now, which is why I wanted to load the original file, because this is way sadder.
The soundscape is empty.
Right. The percussion is gone. That, like, the organ harmony layer is all gone. It's a very empty soundscape now.
This was actually, like, just requested on my stream, this track.
Yeah?
Like, last week, yeah.
Nice.
That's right. I caught the very end of that, actually. That's when I joined that day.
Were you marimbaing, or were you doing it on something else?
Well, the first time it was piano, and the second time it was marimba. It was like back to back.
Well, I'm gonna heal so I don't die and have to. Yeah, we'll save too. And this is an unforgiving old indie game where, like, if I don't save there, I lose progress. There's not forgiveness or respawning. You respawn at the floppy disk. I think I'm gonna load. We're gonna go to Egg Corridor last because it'll actually take that up. Doug's favorite track and my own is the climb just after Egg Corridor. So we'll do Egg Corridor last and then climb up to the end of the game. But we can quickly visit. This is the second stage. And to me, this is where it starts to feel like a PC action game instead of a console game for the first time.
Yeah.
Because you're given a straight set instead of having to figure out where you're going. Here, you're given a straight task. Move from left to right. And of course, I have overpowered good weapons now. But I don't have to. We can use the weapons I would have here.
Honestly, even when I had the good weapons, I would still just try to level everything up. I always wanted everything at level 3.
I would, except the next area I'm gonna go, like to actually play stuff, resets all your weapon levels when you get in there.
Oh, heck.
To specifically prevent you from being smart and doing that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know where you're going.
But I really like this track in terms of energy level. Like, I feel like I want to go from left to right here, if that makes sense.
Yeah. This track gave me a lot of... I feel like this part of the game, and the music as well, has a lot of Kirby reference to it.
Yeah.
And I do think that's intentional. I think it was one of Pixel's intents to, like, reference, like, influential games in his design of this. I think I remember reading that somewhere. That's my source. I just cited my source. I read it somewhere.
I saw it on the internet.
Yeah.
Everything on the internet is
If it makes you feel better, Doug, we were chatting earlier, either yesterday or this morning, saying we haven't done any real analysis on this Twitch channel in months. We just hang out and have fun talking about music as best as we can, and screw it, it's pandemic time. Like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I feel like I haven't contributed much in longer than that, but we'll blame the pandemic.
So, compare what we just heard to this. This feels like a boss stage. To me. And there are some good reasons for that. This is the first difficult area of the game. And the end of this, which I'm not going to go all the way over because it's a long flight over and back on a dead end, is the first really hard boss fight of the game. And it's also, you've had your first chance to ruin the ending for yourself at this point. If you make... The robot I just saved, her name is Curly. She starts out here, and she offers to upgrade your gun. And in the absolute unfairest spirit of 1990s games, if you take her up on that, you cannot get the good ending anymore.
Yeah. Now it's just like, oh man, I don't have time for that. when I was a kid, like I would be devastated and then just start the game over and be like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I can't do the thing now.
I got every ending in this game. Because I just kept having to play it, you know?
Yep.
Over and over.
For sure. In fact, the other spot, and Doug will know this well, that you can really mess up for yourself is there's a save point right here, thank God. But before you get the power to fly, like I've been kind of just zipping around, you just have to navigate with a jump. And if you jump exactly at this red mark... See, I missed it. I failed. If you jump exactly at the red mark, you can make this without... Yeah, that time it was too late. It's pixel perfect.
Without flight?
Without flight. And if you miss this jump, and I'll point out that I've tried it 6 times now and I can't do it. It's been a while. If you fall past... That's it. There it is. Perfect. If you miss it, and once you fall to here, you can no longer jump back up, and you have to kill an NPC to take his broken flying power to get out of here. And you'll have inferior flight for the remainder of the game, and you'll be locked out of the best ending because you can't get to the good levels.
Oh wow, goodness.
That's tough.
One jump, one
tough.
chance.
You got to, as the kids say, get good.
That's right.
I hate it.
And then after the labyrinth, actually I wanted to go back in here one more time here, because the track that plays in this like scary zone is not actually awesome. But the track to the left here is great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's not enough like funk in chiptune games.
Yeah.
And I'm all about it here.
Yeah.
But all these things
I always like me a lot of bass and chiptune.
All these monsters are super powerful compared to everything else you fight. Even in like the areas I'm going to go to the end game, these guys are pretty good. This is the end game for people who don't know how to get the good ending.
One of the reasons I love teaching particularly early video game music in chamber music settings is that my cellists don't complain that they have terrible parts. You know, you give them a Haydn quartet because those are considered like good like training quartets, and the first violinist is the only one that gets to do anything. Like everybody else is like just supporting, and especially if you have kids, like they're not appreciating like what they're doing in terms of foundation and harmony. So stuff like this though, like they've got interesting rhythms to learn, and they have, you know, maybe some more technical stuff, some more melodic type material. Things are just so much more evenly distributed. So
yeah,
ever since I first had the students that kind of broached it to me that they were interested in doing this, I've like never looked back. I use stuff like this.
So at this point in the game, you have every weapon except the baller gun that I'm using now. But again,
that gun does seem like it destroys everybody.
Yeah, this is the end game weapon. This and this thing you don't have either, which is uniquely good for other reasons. Oh, I have
oh yeah.
See, normally those little triangles upgrade your gun. This weapon works on a different principle. Every time you get one, look, now it's going to shoot like chickens that do no damage.
They look like rubber duckies!
So you want to not get weapon capsules with that gun. I'll be revisiting that shortly. But you're coming through here with Curly Brace, the robot I saved a minute ago. You get to this end boss that uses the sprite from the end boss I'm going to be going and fighting shortly. And you have to fight this boss half underwater. When it dies, it floods the chamber, and you can't breathe underwater right away. Curly's got an air tank, and your air meter just runs down. This is one of those first ludic consequences, match gameplay consequences, or match plot consequences, so that when you drown, the screen fades to black like you've died, and instead of resetting to the title screen, you wake up and her air tank is around you and she's dead.
Oh my goodness. There's so many ways to go wrong in this game.
Oh yeah.
And then you have to pull her out of that room with you, and if you leave it, it seals, traps her forever. No good ending. Hold on, let's go to our egg corridor. And you have to do a whole sequence of things to save her. It's like a 10-step process, and you have to get it all right. I don't know how people did this when the game came out.
I love this theme.
Yeah, this is Egg Corridor 2. Egg Corridor 1 is one of the tracks I can't actually play on this save file. But this is, again, serious business time, right? Your friend is dead, you're mad, we're gonna go take care of business now.
You got all these, all these zombie dragons that... this part's heartbreaking in the game.
Yes. You see all the dead dragons there. And from here on, they do expect me to have all the weapons, by the way. We're past the point of bad equipment now. I'm just supposed to become excellent.
I like how it's Egg Corridor question mark.
Yeah. It's corridor question mark because the first corridor is like happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this one you're like doubting.
There's been a tragic occurrence has happened here, and everything's been destroyed, and
yeah, all the eggs
now it's bad.
Are dead. And what baby dragons there are left alive are furious about it and attacking you.
Yeah. I can't remember what this track is called. It's one of my favorite tracks in the game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Observation room?
There's a boss in there.
I'm just thinking of Anchorman and reading the question marks on the teleprompter. I'm Ron Burgundy. Damn it, who put a question mark on the teleprompter?
So this one egg is good. And I wonder if he's still out there.
Yeah.
No, he's not anymore. But now we get Moonsong, because the moon is there. And this is the best track in the game. It's well worth going out of my way to play this, because you realize you have finally made it. This, if you get to hear this track and haven't automatically triggered an ending, you're gonna make it to the end.
And you like also like it's stunning because like it's the first time in the game that you see the outside, and maybe is even the first time you realize that you're not underground. Like you've been in caves, but you're not underground.
Right, you're on a giant floating island the whole time, and you're never told that explicitly until after this point. You're just meant to take in the scenery here.
Yeah, the way the moon was positioned with the scenery, I think.
Right. And there's a hidden item in here, but I don't want to reset the music, and I've already gotten it, so we can move on. This is also the first significant area where instead of primarily scrolling from left to right or right to left, we climb now.
Yeah. Ah, it's so good. At least cat ghosts. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be, but I do like them a lot.
The guys on the right side?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I say as I just pound one into a I like him fine. Wham! Alright. And now we're going to be up to the end. And despite the fact I'm now back where my save file started, this whole game, if you know exactly what you're doing, I'm not bad at this. I'm not a speedrunner per se, but I'm not bad.
This is so catchy.
And
this little title track thing.
This is the title track. I'm gonna heal here really quickly.
Very catchy.
It takes me about 3 hours to go from start to finish if I want to 100% the game. And for somebody who's essentially a casual player, that's pretty fast. I'll bet the speedrun is like something insane, like 40 minutes, but whatever.
Let's look it up.
Let's find out.
Alright.
Uh, 56 minutes, 32 seconds.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wait,
I need to
write it more still. No.
Magma Peach is the current record holder. For those that follow such things. If y'all like speedrunning stuff and don't subscribe to Summoning Salt on YouTube, you should get there post-haste. Wonderful videos on the history of various speedrunning records. Extremely well researched with the forums and the leaderboards and everything, and he does a great job like explaining all the glitches and stuff that people use and how they were found, and it's really good.
Alright, I'm supposed to have 50 instead of 45, but you know what? I don't need the extra 5. Whatever. We're gonna go. So this is one of 2 areas that does this. The black wind blows. This is, if you're gonna get the good,
That's a Chrono Trigger
the
reference.
good ending. It is a Chrono Trigger reference. And the reason I did not spend a lot of time caring about what levels I had is this.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now, it's a difficult area time. So I'm gonna talk a lot less and play a lot more.
That's fine. We can hear what's going on.
I forgot about this theme.
This is my favorite cave, like, battle theme in the game, I think.
Hmm.
Yet again, I'm digging the bass motion.
Yeah. No. Oh, nice.
The little triangles look like tortilla chips to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that without kissing the lava, by the way. That would have been better.
Aw.
But it's okay. The only weapon whose levels I care about at all at this point, by the way, are the rocket launcher. Everything else I will not use, or doesn't use the level system in the ways that necessitates me doing something.
Right.
Comments about speedrunning. Like, I enjoy watching the history of the various records, and you know, awesome games done quick and all that are super fun to have on, but I would never try to speedrun a game, ever. I lack the dedication and the concentration to just spend that long practicing a single game.
You know, I totally feel you there. And for me, I think my perspective on it is that as a musician, I have to practice enough. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I want to have to practice any more than I already do.
Yeah, that's
and if I wanted to be a good speedrunner, I would have to practice.
Yeah, at that point you're like, okay, I've already given a significant portion of my life to this thing, and now, now I will have no social life.
Yeah. I just don't think I don't think I have any more brain space.
Hold on, boss time, first boss here.
Nice.
Nice.
I like it when you kill him, he just gets frozen in that position.
He looks surprised.
Yeah, he looks shocked that I did that. That's a Mega Man 2 reference, by the way, this dripping blood stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no. Get over here.
I like those little guys.
Let's see, we did 3, and we've done 6. Have we done any other Mega Mans? At some point I'll probably do 4.
We did 2.
Did we do 2?
Oh!
The night that you were streaming, didn't we do parts of 2? We did parts of 2.
I'm so angry.
It wasn't, if so, it wasn't me.
Oh,
I thought we did, we only did 3 and 6 that night.
I thought we did 2 as well. Parts of it, not the whole thing.
We did do parts of 2, I think.
We did?
No, oh, no. Did we fight 2's bosses in 3, though? Yes.
That we talked about that, yeah.
I could have sworn that we at least had gone through and looked at some of the themes.
Yeah, maybe we did the player, because we used the Legacy Collection for that. But yeah, you won't find me ever playing 2 because 3 and 4 were my first Mega Mans, and so I'm trash at 2 and 1. So
hey, I got to level 3 in 1 jump that time. That's not too bad.
Nice.
I didn't eat the lava either. We're looking really good. I'm just gonna go fast this time instead of like stopping and talking about stuff.
Yeah, I think we talked
Yeah, go fast. Something I noticed when you started this that I thought was cool level design is that one of the first things you walk through is a body of regular water, which we haven't seen regular water since then, except for right now. But
right.
I thought it was neat to just show like, hey, the red water is not like a stylistic choice. It's bad. You know, here compare it to the body of regular water. It's good.
Yeah.
Right.
I love when games teach you without tutorials, and there's of course the very famous sequelitis by Aaron Hansen on that, where he's actually talking about Mega Man in that, where he's like, you know, the old games, they introduce a concept, they show you a safe version, and then they slowly add some of the other challenges. Okay, we're going to combine this with this other mechanic, or you know, now there's an enemy you have to dodge while you're on this falling platform or whatever.
Oh no, no, come on, I got
do that.
I wanted the free hit if I trigger him right away, right?
Yeah.
This whole section is like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trying to swim through the seaweed.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what it's reminding me of, and it's giving me like I don't know.
I will not be crushed to death now. I will not be crushed to death.
Is it giving you frustration feels? Because whenever I think about TMNT...
that level was just always the most anxiety-ridden level. It was terrible. I hated that level, and I loved it, and anytime I failed, like, which was every single time, like, oh, I have to do it again? I don't want to do it again.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
These
The music
things.
for TMNT? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes. There are definitely games from that era that it is nice to be out of the time period where you had to really play the game to hear the music.
Yeah.
And if some of you know this, that know my history with gaming, it all started because my brother, who's 5 years older than me, so he would play games and I would hold up my little Walkman recorder next to the speakers on the television. That's how I listened to video game music, especially for things that I wasn't quite dexterous enough to play yet. I would just, save it and listen to it that way. And I recorded a good amount of like the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack that way, but even earlier stuff I used to do that.
I love this theme.
This reminds me of the end of Metroid 2, where all is calm.
Wait, what does that sign say?
End of the road. If you go in, it takes you back to this building. The idea being, you've got to run this last gauntlet, but if you can do that without taking a lot of... without taking the hits from that, these hearts will reset so you can heal, which is what I'm doing.
Nice.
Especially since I forgot to pick up my last... If you go up there. My last health pot, I want 45 instead of 50.
Yeah.
How much health does that thing have? Good grief. Alright. Whatever, 4 more will do it.
In my Moonsong arrangement, that was my first overclocked remix ever. I also combined it with this theme.
Yeah, because now you're seeing the sun for the first time, right?
Yeah. It's the 2 outside themes.
Alright. I have not done this in about 7 months. I did not practice before this. I probably should have, so we're gonna see what happens.
Oh, it's alright.
Well, you gotta fortify yourself. Are you drinking wine?
Yeah,
I am
put
drinking
that wine down.
That's right.
And that's
good.
Happen.
Good choice.
Yep, we're here to destroy the core of the island. That is correct. Everything has got to go.
Yeah, Zelda 2 is a classic for rage quitting.
Hate that game.
I know I definitely, like, probably threw a controller across the room playing it. But I did finally finish it, like, way later. And I saw my brother finish it, so, like, I got to see the end.
I don't even understand. I've watched people play it. It's a mystery to me.
I you know, after seeing my brother do it when I was younger, it took me until, I think it was in my master's degree when I finally beat it. And I was like, tears of joy, you know? You're just like, ah.
I tried it again years later when I finally learned about emulators and stuff, and so I could like pull out all these old games from my childhood and start going through them. And I was like, maybe it'll be different now. And I started playing it, and I was just like, nope, this is still terrible. And I, like, totally.
Yeah, my roommate Sam has it. We tried to play it recently. It's just not very good.
See, what
I always had a soft spot for it.
I kind of like Zelda 2.
Well,
yeah.
I don't mean to say like it's not like a great experience. It's just
tough,
like the
it's
game.
It's not a great experience.
It was like as far as like
Carol,
putting a game together goes, it's just kind of clunky and awkward and tough to play.
Yeah. The mechanics are really frustrating. Like, you know, the timing and the distance. It's not a game that you can really, like, there are other games obviously of that era where the mechanics are a little off, and it's part of the charm.
Right.
And for Zelda 2, it's just like, no, the mechanics are off, and it just makes you angry.
Yeah.
And that is the emotion that I experience when I think of Zelda 2. It's just like unmitigated rage.
Yeah.
I do love that soundtrack, though. I think it's one of the most underrated.
What I remember the most
soundtracks.
from Zelda 2 is when you lose your last life, Ganon shows up in like full cutscene Ninja Gaiden form and goes ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And it's like the dog in Duck Hunt. You're just like,
yeah, exactly.
You man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, the soundtrack is good. I never liked that soundtrack nearly as much as most other games of that era. I'm not saying it's not good, but for me, the change in timbre between Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 really did not do it for me.
Zelda 2 loved vibrato, like,
and I did not care. Like, I wanted
real wide.
If you could have just taken those notes and programmed them Zelda 1 style in terms of timbre, I'd be down.
I can do this.
Battletoads is a great entry in the rage quit. I remember being frustrated by that as a child. I don't think I've attempted Battletoads older.
Not much.
The Contra games were always really a struggle for me.
I can get over it. Got him. That's 2 of 3 gauntlet bosses down.
I remember spending a lot of time and a lot of frustration on Kid Icarus. Like, there were parts where I would go into rooms and be like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing here? You know?
Yeah.
I was like 8 years old, man. Like, okay, I just walked into an empty room. Like, why is there nothing in here?
That one went, like, extraordinarily well.
That
was great.
Wow.
Oh, it didn't end well.
No.
For the doctor, you did great.
Doctor?
So this set of bosses is the end of the game for almost all players here. You don't have to do the ridiculous gauntlet of stuff to accomplish this.
This part.
I only have 9 left.
God.
I'm probably not going to do it this time. I'm probably going to have to figure something out.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The new king is the doctor, by the way, and we will be dealing with the old king after this fight.
Oh. Ooh, this is a good theme.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nefarious. I love it.
He's not alive. Alive is not the correct word to describe what he is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't take the shape of a bunch of super balls bouncing around. Oh.
Yikes.
Okay. Hey, we gotta go.
Oh no.
Oh. Dang. Things flying at you.
Yep, and they can drop hearts, so I actually need those bats to spawn some.
That's an element of boss design I always really liked. Is creating the pestilent like boss offspring that actually can heal you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really appreciate that part of this boss fight. Actually, it invites a lot more creativity than I would have otherwise, and it also gives me a chance to suck, which I need right now.
Yeah, I always appreciate those opportunities.
We're in original soundtrack right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the panicked response.
No, it's okay. I couldn't remember if we had switched to remastered or not.
Oh wait.
Yep, good.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
god, oh god, oh heck. Woo! You're almost there. Yeah!
Okay.
Woo!
Woohoo!
That's plenty difficult for most folks.
Jeez. Yep. Yeah.
We passed that helicopter in the outside area on the way here. You might have seen it.
Yep.
Now all the other NPCs are gonna be getting us out of here. This is your traditional ending sequence music in my mind. Like, clearly nothing important is going to be happening. You just run to the helicopter and you hit the credits, right?
Right.
We're stopping in this house instead.
Prefab.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
And in the house,
What's
if
that?
you mess up, there's a
hole.
bookshelf. If you're going to give up, I'll turn back time a minute or two. We're not going to do that. It'll take you back to the... so you can get the bad ending. If this hole does not exist for you, you can instead, the book will tell you what you have to do in your next playthrough to make this hole appear. We're going to die here.
Interesting.
We're going to hell.
Literal hell?
Yep. This track is called Running Hell.
Oh, I've already lost.
That was fast.
Yeah, I know.
No.
You've got to be good to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I had it.
Oh!
Ah,
So close.
It's gonna be a long night, folks.
thank you.
Better
We have an hour and
plan.
16 minutes.
I had it.
Oh.
I'm so angry
If
with
you
myself.
die, Andrew asks, if you die in hell, where do they send your soul?
Walmart.
You're a robot. You just... Yeah, Walmart is correct. There we go. Got the text prompt.
Yeah.
This is going to fill us in on the rest of the plot that we're missing. What is down here?
It was Bollops.
Oh, that's my last one. I did have everything. What do you know?
Nice.
Hooray. Yeah.
Bloodstained Sanctuary. Oh my goodness.
I love this. There are these little angels that come after you.
Right? Because you're in
remind me
hell,
of
right?
They remind me of the Mario 2 whale level. Well, a few of them, but a few of the levels where those little angel things fly at you and you have to like... They're not angels, they're little like creatures.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically the whale one, 4-2 or whatever. There's a whole passage of them, and I used to be able to do it with my eyes closed because I had such good muscle memory on that level.
I'm actually going to take a minute. I'm going to lose my speedrun time, you can see. But I'm not good enough to get through this without healing right here over and over again right now.
Oh, snap. I don't think I ever knew that I could do that. Oh, man.
There are some bonuses for not doing this, because if you can finish this entire level in less than 3 minutes, the title screen will permanently change.
Right.
And you want a long night, you could watch me try to do that until 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I have grocery pickup scheduled for the morning, so...
Nice.
You know, I'm
going during the at-risk time, so it's early.
God. I was supposed to have a concert tomorrow. A real concert playing with other people. And it got canceled a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are the numbers just getting bad where you are? Is that why?
No, one of the employees at the venue tested positive.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah,
So
I'm
canceled,
pretty glad.
right?
What were you going to be playing?
It was with my group Triple Point. It's like a jazz new music trio I have. And it was for part of this, I think it's like a bass luthier, that put on, like, they set up like a performance live stream space, you know, for, you know, specifically for like musicians who aren't doing their normal performing. Now, for me, like, you know, thanks to Twitch, I feel like I'm in a pretty like comfy place when it comes to like performing regularly, but that's not the same for like the groups that I'm in, you know, by any stretch of the means, like playing with other people. So yeah, we were gonna try to do a show just like the good old days, you know.
Right.
But it's okay. We're gonna try it again next year, early next year. We'll see how things are standing.
So for the
We'll see if
first
things have
time
gotten
now,
better.
Curly is conscious and able to fight with you,
That's cool.
and she will shoot the best gun in the game opposite you.
Yeah, it rules.
It's incredibly powerful. The catch is that this section is so mind-bendingly difficult that you don't have any time to really appreciate it.
Hey, while you're busy doing that, I should let you know that Noach just gifted 5 subs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
can't actually, because I need to really concentrate. I don't have my chat visible right now, but thank you so much, Nudge.
This part
That's
is
awesome.
really
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you.
I'll
And
do
yes,
it.
Ludomusicology is a thing, although we don't
Yeah.
all like that word.
Eh,
I've
I
come
don't
used
mind
to
it.
it over time.
It's
I've grown accustomed to its face.
Yeah, I mean, there's no escaping it now, although I don't think you could have said that like a year or two ago.
I also just really like Roger Mosley, so like
Hold on.
Roger's always been so nice when I've
No,
talked
I mean,
to
but
him,
that's
so-
fine, but his work is way more encompassing of stuff outside video games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's my whole point, is like when you make Ludomusicology just video game music, it misses that, and that's what I don't agree with.
yeah.
The word's fine as long as we're gonna talk about, you know, like hand clapping games and double dutch and
Hey, the one year the Ludo study group actually specifically solicited calls in the call for papers, and we got stuff on like Mozart dice composition, and I mean it was so good.
that's what I'm saying, that we need more of that in general, and we need to make sure that people understand that that's part of what Ludomusicology is.
Here's the
Well,
catch, folks.
hey,
I did not have the
working on
health to pull that off. I just did not. I need to go
It's
faster.
alright.
Crafting a call for papers soon here for NAFTAGUM, so that's something we don't always have a specific theme we're looking for, but we could always throw that in there.
Well, but Nakvagum is actually video game music, though.
That's true.
I mean, it's right there in the Vagum part.
That's true.
So, I want to, like, I want to jump here and comment that even though Ryan had to go all the way back to the beginning, remember when he couldn't get through that jump and it took him like 5 tries?
And then he
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah,
And
he
then it
did.
just was like poof.
This is-
Practicing pays off.
To me, like this game was, at least as a young person, I played this when I was like a freshman in college, I think. And this was like the most I was ever able to observe within myself learning a video game. And like actually experiencing like getting better at it with every mistake, you know.
For sure.
It was the most conscious I've ever been of a game's learning curve, and I think this game has a fantastic learning curve and really like has a very high bar to which that you can achieve. I mean, I guess this is before speedrunning, but people started to do like challenge runs of this where like they wouldn't get any of like the upgrade capsules, you know, and like would only use like the most basic weapons and try to get through this entire part of the game with your like the 3 HP that you start with and stuff like that. And they could do
Wow.
it. They could do it.
Right. And you learn strategies along the way. Like, even though I have the chicken gun right now, Curly will fire the good gun backwards. So now I just have to face away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Buddy cop style, you're like back to back.
And I have some additional opportunities to heal here as long as I'm willing to go slowly, which I am. I just need them
Yeah.
to drop hearts and not ammo or triangles. And
I like
I'm
that they...
okay.
they're not
Did you
playing
notice that
along.
when they die, they turn into like little dragons?
Yeah.
Yep.
You'll never get an argument against slow gaming here. I mean, like, hello, my Stardew stream that we did for my
Well,
birthday.
There's something to be said for speed here as well, because the longer you stay in this space, like, this is not a safe place to exist,
Right.
Right.
right? The likelihood that I make up
There's
health here is low.
Relative slow. Like you're taking your time to do it safely, but it's not lingering needlessly.
Yeah.
Right, because this just isn't a space you can afford that.
But yeah, if I'm not doing more platformy kind of classic stuff, I do like a slow game.
Was there?
Stardew?
There's a game that was like kind of all about just sort of taking in the moment. Was it called A Short Hike? Is that?
Yeah,
Oh,
we did
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play. I want to play that. I haven't actually seen that game played yet.
We
We
did
did
it.
that on stream a while back, and it's so lovely.
Yeah, it was
is.
really
And
good.
the soundtrack is great. I
Yeah.
definitely recommend.
Awesome.
I'm at
yeah, I want to
20.
check it
20 is enough where I feel warranted in taking a stab at it.
out. Yes, hell is not safe.
Correct.
Let it be known. Oh yeah, Cardo. Someone else recommended that to me recently. Maybe it's like a map building world or game where like your
Cool.
character has the power to change the map that you're on, and so
Oh.
it turns into like a puzzle game.
Oh, cool.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Dark, was it you that recommended that to me? I feel like it probably was. Dark is full of recommendations in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
always
You
just, I also just, I've said this before, but anything Elizabeth Hamilton likes, I am pretty much immediately
Oh.
try to acquire.
So
I
right when you
just
get to the
really
end,
tried
and
with
this
the
is the
face.
end of the area, it just starts to go berserk and gets stupid.
Yeah. Nice. Dark is
Yeah.
going to recommend that you guys play Treasure Hunter G on this game or on the stream. That's my prediction.
I don't think we've had that as a request yet.
I don't even know if the game is in English. I don't think it is.
But it has been nice to just like not have a long form game in a while since we finished the 7 remake.
Mm,
Right, we were so burnt out on doing long games after that, because that was the longest one we've ever done.
yeah. I still want to play that. I need to play that game. I need to play the remake.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Can somebody like clone me where I can be conscious in both bodies at the same time, and one of them is my work body and the other one is my play games body?
Catches up on
Right.
stuff.
Amen to that.
Ah.
I could
Well, I
really
gave
use
myself
that.
an hour to do this, I guess.
Yeah, so I've been playing like, and actually not very recently because I feel like the past couple weeks I haven't played much of anything, but I'm simultaneously doing The Witcher 3, which it's my first time through it, but I'm decently far in that.
Okay, my controller button just didn't register that time. I don't suck that bad.
And then I have to finish Spiritfarer because I had to restart it because I lost my.
Oh, I want to play that too.
Yeah.
I had gotten maybe halfway through Spiritfarer because I was really taking my time with it. I'm always playing Stardew, so that's in the mix, and I'm playing Gris as well.
Ah.
Which is gorgeous. But
Is that
also,
Chris pronounced correctly?
I'm
Yes.
just assuming because it's French, right? For
Yeah.
Gris.
I
But
played
that
that,
one,
not
it
that
got
long
a
ago.
little
That's a
heavy,
beautiful game.
and I needed to step away
Yeah.
from it for like 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
I decided to shelve that one. But I'm playing that one because one of the edited collections that I'm working on, somebody's doing a chapter on that. So I was like,
Oh,
ooh,
cool.
I'm gonna try to play any of the games that
That's
anybody
awesome.
is writing for me on. Kieran is actually writing on an animated property, so I watched the.
You mean you're talking about Drawn Together? Yeah, you have to watch that.
You're
Not
writing about
safe
Drawn
for-
Together?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I'm writing about Xander as a video game trope.
Ah.
I'm excited. It was a good abstract. It is a good abstract. It still exists.
I hope I can make something work with that. All of a sudden, I'm just like, I hope I can actually do all of these things that I've promised to do next year.
I know that feel.
Woo! Thank you.
Yeah, I've been very productive recently, partially as like a coping mechanism for all the dark stuff that's been going on, but also just because I'm like, oh, if I can like get a bunch of stuff in the pipeline, the timelines on them kind of work well. Where I know that like from December on, I'm gonna have some months of basically like no productivity, so I'm trying to like bank a few things so that I'm like, okay, come back now.
Yeah.
God, I'll never forget this track. This is the Megalovania of this game.
Yeah, for sure it is. Alright, I'm
rather-
actually doing okay right now for what it's worth. This is
Yeah.
a good attempt at this.
I guess I should say Megalovania is the burning hell of Undertale,
Yeah, there you go.
because this game came first. And this game was a huge influence on Undertale too, so that wouldn't be wrong to say.
Right.
I think the idea of having a very final level that's markedly harder than everything else in the
Right,
game.
this is the equivalent of doing the Sans fight.
Yeah.
I need to wait for that little triangle to go away, I think. I'm going to try a new strategy this time. Right here.
Very good.
Ooh. Oh.
Ah, you were so close.
I was into it.
That was correct, for what it's worth. I'm doing that again.
Yeah, that was the strategy. Kindly curse you all for Obra Dinn. Hey, that was fun.
I love doing Obra Dinn. What's the problem with Obra Dinn?
Oh.
And
Obra
just
Dinn is
because
such a good game.
Andrew's gonna probably research, like write on it now, and we've added to his load here.
Wait.
But that's
I
fine.
did it.
We will look forward to it.
For sure. I mean, it's obviously a game that goes into my bank of all of the tropes. Speaking of tropes, there were so many good ones in that game that it's just like a one-stop shop for everything that I talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good for examples.
Yeah.
But a dedicated study on it, I think, would be wonderful. And I'm always for encouraging folks to write on non-canonic stuff. Will and I share that, even though Gibbons and I do not do musicology the same way. We're very different in terms of approach, but we do both want to champion not having a million Zelda papers.
I remember when I first realized I could refill myself down here. I was not good enough. Like, I would land in those spikes a lot, which does more damage than the 2 hearts will give you.
Right. And then you're like 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Right. But I haven't done that this evening, so... And I purposely did give myself 40 minutes for this area. Like, I knew this was going to occur.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's good planning. Yeah, I've got some kind of fun publications planned. It's always nice when you feel like anything you're asked to write for, you're like, oh, this gives me an excuse to do this thing, you know?
Yes.
That's a good place to be in as an academic, instead of like, oh, I have to write this thing. I've also, luckily, I think Dana of like 3, 4, 5 years ago, if I got asked to do a thing, the idea of saying, how about this instead? Like, that never would have occurred to me.
Hey.
Hey, I got that skip that the speedrunners take.
Now I can be a little bit more...
I took a lot of damage doing it, but I got it, so I'm happy with that.
Like, I feel like... I don't think it was the RPG book. Somebody asked me to do more stuff on fandom because of my Mario Paint chapter, and at the time I was just like, I don't really have anything right now. like I can't come up with a topic for you because I'm not in fandom studies. I just like pulled on it because it was useful to that specific chapter I was writing. But the person I was before that came out, I probably would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm being asked to do a thing. I'll look like ungrateful if I try to suggest a different topic or whatever. But for the most part, if people are asking you because they like your work, and I don't know, you propose something else, that I found that most folks are pretty open to it, especially when it comes to those edited collections.
Oh, I'm down to 1. Oh. This is not going to work this run.
Oh, no.
Because I can't stand right under that laser, or I risk dying, right?
Yeah, you can get some... Oh!
I was going
so
for
close.
And what's sad is I actually need more health than that because there's a boss after that.
Yeah.
Though Ballast is not hard if you know what you're doing. So I'm not super worried about that boss. And I absolutely do not want to do it. I will assume it is a defeat on my part if I have to. But we will look at a YouTube video of this if we hit time, and I have not yet done it. Or we're getting close here. Because I don't want to do this for a full hour. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, see, this run was actually my worst run through this corridor yet. I mean, it's okay, I get to heal, but still not great. By the way, while we're sitting here, if anybody has not seen the news yet, MagFest is going to be in VR this year.
entirely.
Well, that's one of the things that they're doing. Yeah, they've got like a.
They've reconstructed the Gaylord.
It's pretty cool. It was like
yes,
a volunteer group of people. This wasn't like an officially sanctioned thing. It was just like a group of people that wanted to do it, and they put it in. And then MagFest picked up on it and made it a thing, which is really neat.
Cool. That's so cool.
But there's also going to be stuff happening on Twitch and Discord as well. But yeah, I will be in the virtual Gaylord.
Yeah.
Yes, me as well.
Yep.
Look forward to that.
Okay, I'd like to point out I'm at full health right now, and that's not happened yet. Feeling good about all this.
I guess it just depends how superstitious you are. Like, if you're doing good, maybe you shouldn't bring it up. We notice. But it does show you, like, the muscle memory coming back, and, like,
yeah.
I haven't played this in a while, but, like,
Right.
there's steady improvements.
There's a certain amount of activity here. There's not a lot you're gonna do. And yes, I know it's faster to take a hit and go through the bottom. Given my history of failure right now, we're not gonna be doing it that way.
Yeah. Gonna keep it chill.
Thank you.
I like that Stan is hanging out. Also,
Stan?
Yeah, I didn't comment on it earlier, but I really like that you have a cave background.
Yes, this is my cave background for Cave
Yeah.
Story.
It's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. It's actually the Indiana Jones cave.
Can I bounce
Nice.
this one? I can bounce it right here. We're gonna do this. This is like
Stan's
super
hanging
safe
out, but
lane
he's trying
strategy.
to eat my
here.
headphones. Stop it. Stop it. Dude, ouch. What's wrong with you? Don't do that. Okay, stop. Oh.
Molly's been really great at just like hanging out, cuddling in bed if I'm like not feeling getting up.
Nice.
Haven't had that option much this past couple weeks, but
No, Stan wants to eat everything, destroy everything, and then eat everything again. He is on a royal tear these last few weeks.
well, normally like Joe will get up first, and I mean he's working from home, but like he'll go down to work from home, and she will follow him down and then realize like, oh, Dad's not gonna feed me. And then normally her move is to come upstairs and to just start knocking things off my nightstand to be like, hey, time to get up. But she has not been doing that for months. And again, I've said that I think pets can sense like the pregnancy hormones. I'm not the only person who has said that. I've heard people say like I could swear my dog knew, like the way she sleeps like protectively curled up in front of my bump and stuff. But she also has not been knocking stuff off my nightstand, and it's almost like she's giving me a break because she knows.
Dan, do you want to go to Aunt Dana's house?
Aunt Dana's.
Do you want to go to Aunt Dana's house and
Molly could give lessons.
So
learn
these are
how
all
to
the
knock
previous
things,
holders of
how
the
to not
demon
knock things
crown.
over?
You can see the doctor who I have already killed at the far end, and then a bunch of other people since. Most people don't do this because it takes up time. You can see the timer still counting. But I can recarve the statues. There we go.
Into your friends. That's nice.
And I cannot get out this way, though this is a back door back into the main game area. The falling of the boss opens this area, and this amazing final boss track in just a moment.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay. Please kill my master, and then like lengthy discussion
Listen
of
to
how
how
hard that will be.
foreboding this is when you approach.
Yeah. There he is.
Yup. I'm probably gonna eat it. And then we might watch it on YouTube. We'll see.
That's always an option on this stream. Like that little ostinato. Oh, fire consumed his child and his wife.
Meaning his explosive rage that he set off. He killed him, let's be clear.
Yeah, but that's gonna cause some suffering. He seems to recognize that it's his fault.
Stop. This is very Mario 3 airship.
And now we get a familiar boss theme.
Right?
Could it be that he ran out of assets? He ran out of time to write? Or is it just telling us that this isn't the end of it?
I'm gonna vote for that.
Unfortunately, there's no good mechanism to heal now. Now I'm just out of luck.
That whole sequence just now really reminds me a lot of the Azrael fight in Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a good mechanism to heat. Look at all these guys. Or heal.
Don't crush me.
I just combined... I just said heat, which was a combination of heal and eat.
Yeah.
In my
I
brain.
want to eat those hearts.
Yeah, eat those hearts.
Looks like a giant meatball.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's more like a rock texture, but kind of looks like a meatball. With a disturbing grin. I don't want my meatballs to have teeth.
And you retry from the beginning again, so... Yeah.
That's
I know.
God.
I might bring up the
That's
YouTube video
brutal.
so we can watch the ending at this point.
Yeah, let's do that.
I should have practiced more. Sorry, gang. I've been really busy with work.
It's alright.
It's okay.
You don't have to practice video games. You should play them for fun.
We will
That's
bring
how
up
I
the
feel
YouTube
about it.
ending then.
I don't know. When we said we were going to do Mega Man, I was like, I gotta shake the rust off. I practiced on the NES for a while until I remembered I had the Legacy Collection. And it was like the day of the stream that I realized that the Legacy Collection allows you to rewind time. So if you like just a jump, you can just do it. I was like, oh, this is way easier now.
No joke. No joke.
All right.
So wait, we're just gonna watch the rest of the game on the tubes.
Oh, yes. And it's going to make me mad, because look at this. Oh, the version we're watching here.
Will you be able to put that in Discord?
Yes, if you give me 1 second, I can.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I can do that in Discord. Hold on.
You should be able to just share screen.
Yeah, let me share my XSplit window. Oh no, that doesn't come up.
You could also just share your desktop, but then we won't hear it.
Right. You guys will have to watch it on Twitch, I guess. Or I can share desktop.
There you go. That's fine.
That,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's a little sign there.
Yeah. Welcome
This
to
is the
hell.
absolute original version, by the way.
Yeah.
So
This is the version I played.
So it's going to be ever so slightly different. Look, he has a maximum of three health,
Just see it. I don't hear
which is really annoying to me. You won't hear it unless you're on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I see. Let me unmute.
XSplit will not share via Discord, weirdly.
This is a very patient romp through this corridor.
Yeah, I might jump ahead a little bit because we've seen this like 3 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll jump to here.
Hi. Hi.
I picked this one because there's no commentary, and I didn't want somebody to be like, "What's up, internet?" all over us.
Yeah. Smash that like button.
The number of times that I go to find like a long play video, specifically because I want to listen for something or demonstrate something, and I don't have a save where I need it, and I hear like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "No!"
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Especially if they tag it as a long play. Like, you gotta respect that word to me means it's not gonna have commentary.
Right.
A Let's Play, I fully expect you to "Hey guys" me.
We'll watch the last
You're
fight
so
there.
loud, kitty.
This
So
first section
loud.
should go about the same way.
You're so loud.
I can't believe I had the patience as a youngster
To do this.
do this.
Right? Me neither.
Yeah. And like this is before we had things like Twitch and Discord and stuff. I just did it by myself, alone, in
Yeah,
my
I-
room.
Oh, see, I didn't know you
What?
could land right there. That's awesome.
I do remember that. I do remember. I do remember that, but I didn't remember it when it mattered.
And my strategy for phase 3 of this boss, and there is a phase 3, is I need to take damage, then I get inside him and eat him with the rocket launcher in about 6 seconds maximum. He can't do that with only 3 health, so I don't know what he's going to
Yeah.
do.
I was about to bring that up. That this is one of those limited items 3 heart runs
Yeah.
that I was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
Because
Pretty
most
crazy.
people want the fight to have ended by now, because this is really hard. And if you just sit inside of him, you'll take a point of damage and can blow him up with the rocket launcher.
Yeah. Brian, when I was watching you play, the one of the guns you're using, I don't think I ever remember getting. Did they add any weapons for this?
No, they did
Or
not.
was that always there and I just never got it?
Are you talking about the bubble gun?
No, it wasn't the bubble gun. It was like the lasery point. It looked like the Polar Star, but it was like doing lasers. But maybe it's because I was used to upgrading to the machine gun.
Yeah,
I used to use that to fly
there's
around and
3
stuff.
upgrades to the Polar Star, and my laser charging one is the best one, for lack of a better way to say it.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't do that one.
Though for this
I like
fight,
the-
there's a middle gun that lets you combine the fireball with the Polar Star, and that will shoot through walls, and you can hit this guy through his barriers with it, so it might be the best. But it's weaker in every other way,
Right.
and the charge laser just like makes things good.
Yeah. God, it's so crazy that people could do this. 3 hearts. Also,
I
look
know.
how gross Balos looks in here now.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Now we're really seeing the meatball underneath.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost ate it there too.
Oh, man.
Patience. I don't
Yeah,
have
it's
it.
incredible. Yeah, I know, right? Oh,
There's just so many little
Yeah.
angels flying at you. Like, that's my problem with stuff like this, where I'm just like, there's so much going on. Why is everything flying at me?
yeah. There's too much stimulation on screen.
Yeah.
Right. This is the only ending where the island quits falling to the earth. That's the bonus for doing it this way.
Mm.
That's what we want. We want zeal before the fall,
Yeah.
to make another Chrono Trigger reference.
I like zeal before the fall. That's excellent.
It's always my favorite section of Chrono Trigger, musically and otherwise.
Yeah.
I love zeal.
Oh, yeah, same.
It's
I
the
remember.
Star Wars trash compactor.
Balrog.
Yep, Balrog saves you at the end.
Aw.
Everyone's favorite toaster.
I love how when you first meet him, he's like, "Do you want to fight?" And if you're like, "No," he's like, "Okay, fine, bye," and he leaves. You don't have to do it.
I used to have this as my phone background, animated phone background,
Nice.
for a while.
Dan, I will kick your butt. Don't you do it. And he's doing it. Okay.
See, at least you have a cat you like, though. I despise my cat. Man.
You have a cat I like, but right now he's doing the thing where he's running to all of the windows and batting all of the blinds and looking for things that he can smack around and knock off.
Oh yeah, that's no good. Yeah, by my cat,
unhelpful.
it's Addie's cat. Let's be very clear.
Does Addie get along with the cat?
It only bites and claws Addie through the skin like once a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you ended up with a
Me,
cat
it's
that
like
has
if
quite a
it looks at me
temper.
the wrong way, I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna get bitten, and then like it happens.
That sounds like a thing for the vet and a behaviorist, to be honest. That doesn't sound like a catty cat.
Aw.
Some cats are like one person cat though.
Yeah, Molly has never been particularly like territorial or weird. Like really, she has a noise gate. Like if there's too many people in the house, but it's more if it gets certain loudness. She's just like, okay, I'll be upstairs. But like, she's generally very, very like affectionate and kind of dog-like. Follows me around, asks to be let out onto the screened-in porch. Which today was very exciting because we had deer in the backyard. So Molly was like, "I'll protect you," and then went out there and
Nice.
just stared at it like, I don't really know what to do now.
So since we have half an hour here,
Yeah.
I have a game I would love to show everybody
I am a
Great.
nurse.
that will take me about that long to finish, start to finish here.
Great.
And it's not mechanical, so I know I can. I just have to be intelligent, which
Did you see Dr. Garrow? It
We
was
can
a
all-
little frog.
we can all take a clip of that in a moment and joke about how unintelligent I am when I mess it up, which I'm sure I will do, but we'll give it a go. here.
Having not played all of the game, I was excited about that because Garrow is, of course, one of the onomatopoeia for frog noises in
Right.
Japanese.
This game,
Yeah.
and let me share it to Discord as well, because this will share.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta feed him. He's gonna be destructive.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I know we've probably covered this in the past, but generally, and I could be wrong, folks that have better Japanese than me could explain this, but I've always heard that Karo, like Karopi, the little cute mascot,
Yeah.
Sanrio, that's for like small cute frogs. Garo with a G is for like bigger frogs or like toads. So it's
Interesting.
like a size thing.
So first of all, listen to this amazing chiptune music we're hearing right now.
Yeah, this rocks.
Or like cute versus kind
This
of uglier.
Was IndieCade's Game of Show 2019, a year ago.
Oh, I've seen this. Wait, did you show me this, or did I see this somewhere else?
Oh, I might have. All right, I need
I wonder.
Doug to pick me a dice type. We've got Warrior, we got Thief dice,
Yeah.
Oh,
we got Robot dice,
Yeah.
oh, he's cute.
Inventor dice,
Uh huh.
Witch dice, or Jester.
Ah.
This option is a bonus thing that I shouldn't show to first-time viewers of the game. So one of these first 6
Okay.
dice.
Okay. Oh gosh. Well, we just played Cave Story, so how about Robot?
All right, Robot
Yeah.
it is.
He's so cute.
Oh, I've not finished episode 4, and that's because, look, all enemies have 10% extra health and all enemy equipment is upgraded. I'm still not going to finish episode 4. We're just going to play with the standard rules so I can win and look good in front of you all. Okay. Here's Lady Luck, the villain of the game. You know, she was the 7th character. Once you finish 5 episodes with all of the dice, you unlock the ability to go fight her as a group team at the ending of the game.
I see. So is that the spoiler that you didn't want to reveal?
The mechanics of it are the spoiler. So this is a roguelike with all of the numbers that would normally reveal the mechanics behind the scenes put on full display for you because it's a dice game. So like I'm gonna fight this slime now. I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit. It's still a little bit loud. All right. And so
I love this music.
Tabletop fans played Dice Throne. That's a fun one. You can do 2-player, but you can also expand it pretty nicely. And it's kind of like, it was described to me originally by Joe as Battle Yahtzee. It's super fun.
So I'm playing blackjack as the robot. If I go over 9, my turn ends. I fail.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
So the robot's mechanic is blackjack. And you gain various weapon cards. 5. 5 is good. Bam, get out of here. See, that's bad. Yeah. But look, he couldn't do damage that turn, except for the poison, because he rolled poorly.
You're fighting a melty ice cream cone.
I am, unless I roll another 6. Yeah, we win now.
Yay. Yes, music slaps. This is great.
The soundtrack is amazing here. This is the same guy who made the letter V 6 times, and I don't know who's doing the music here, but that soundtrack is also absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's the same game designer.
It's Terry Kavanagh. It's not Soul.
I see.
All right, I found Nudge, which I will take. And now, see, now I've got another dice card equipped that I can do. So I can lower my dice value 1, which normally wouldn't be useful, except then I won't bust in the blackjack.
I was going to say it's good for you for a blackjack mechanic.
Oh, it's Heat's Flamesman. Wow, I remembered his name.
I like the umbrella.
Alright, I'll use my limit break. Yeah, this turn, why not? And I will just do 5 damage. Check this out. Win. The limit break is if I get blackjack, right? If I hit my maximum exactly, then I get those bonus options.
Apologies that I'm yawning, if anybody else catches them from me.
Been yawning for an hour and a half. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
I've been yawning, but I'm not on camera, so it's okay.
I just keep getting kicked in the ribs, and it's like exhausting.
I should have taken a picture of myself sitting at my desk for you to put on the stream.
Oh, there you go, just like a static.
Yeah.
I think Doug's frozen.
yeah.
Right.
Or like with an animated GIF of like the loading wheel on it, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, you
Connecting
should
to
have done
audio.
that, absolutely.
Connecting to audio.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
So now, this is max 5, so those 6s aren't useful, but I lower them to 5, and suddenly I'm in business, right?
Nice.
Ooh.
Jackpot.
I'm just gonna take my shot.
The marshmallow. Do you think the previous guy lit him on fire and that's why he's on fire?
No, that I don't know.
Is there continuity between the... characters here.
What's for sale? Ooh, I want that spike shield. I'll come back in a minute. Yes, that's good. Because I don't have enough money yet, but I will after I fight these two things.
Baby squid is one's just a baby.
It still must die.
Hey.
Baby squid must die.
Good thing my hormones haven't been acting up. Where I'm like, don't kill the baby. What little I've been able to perceive hormonal changes, they've been kind of amusing, actually. Like, I have gone into fits of just uncontrollable laughter at, like, the dumbest YouTube videos.
Oh.
And, like, that's not super normal for me, so I think that might be something.
Yeah.
There are worse things.
Yeah, definitely. I could be crying at the drop of a hat, which I definitely know people that have that.
Did you get weird cravings?
I haven't had anything out of the ordinary. I've had food
Is that just a
aversion.
myth?
No,
It's not a myth.
It varies. It varies with my pregnancy, even, like,
Ryan's like, when I was pregnant.
It was tomatoes and green peppers for
have
Addie.
more than one. Sometimes they'll say like, oh, in the first pregnancy I didn't have morning sickness, and then in the second one I had it every day. So it can just really vary. It's almost like it's a kid asserting their personality. Where you're like, thanks, now it's grown up all the time. But yeah, I didn't have morning sickness. I had food aversion, so that was hard for me. I'm like, cook. And then I was just like so apathetic about food.
Wow.
For the most part, that's gone away. I made really good, like a chipotle turkey stuffed sweet potato thing tonight. It was quite good.
Nice.
My spice tolerance is down though, which I don't love. I'm like, I miss my hot sauce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't say I've had any great. I kept kind of hoping that I would want something really weird, like ice cream with pickles on it or something. I think those are entertaining stories, but yeah, so far I haven't really had any desires.
So now that I have 2 attacks, I'm starting to do real damage every round, and we're going to start making more progress here.
But the baby does get hiccup, like, every other day. That's the weirdest thing. Because I didn't know they could do that. I'd never heard anyone else talk about it before, of my friends that have done this. And I started, like, noticing, like, oh, well, there's, like, kind of a regular pulse to this, but it was kind of that halting, like, hiccup rhythm. And I went to my OB, and I'm like, this is going to sound really weird, but I feel like the baby has hiccups. And she's like, yeah.
Wow.
Look at this, everybody. This is
That is
wine
weird.
delivery to the stream.
Wine delivery.
Wow.
Oh,
Do you want me to pour some in?
no, you're good. You can have extra. Cheers.
Can you pour right through Discord? Is that a feature in Discord?
It is not a feature in Discord. I can't just like dump it into the camera for you. Karen.
Yeah, I don't think that would work so well for you.
Can you maybe get on that for next semester? Thank you, Addie.
We'll be working on that right away.
I have stopped partaking in beverage consumption during the week in general, and I'm definitely not going to do that tonight because I'm putting myself on vacation next week.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I'm going down to Ocean City, Maryland. My folks have a place down there that I think they're going to retire to, actually.
Nice.
But they're not there. And so, you know, most people, under normal circumstances, when there isn't a pandemic poisoning the air we breathe, would go on vacation to go sightseeing and visit friends and stuff like that.
You're going to isolate.
I'm going to be alone and cut myself off from all contact. Well, that's not totally true. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to like having a change of environment, change of atmosphere, some quiet time, and
right, because
it's gonna be great.
You guys, in your house, you guys have also not been doing anything or going anywhere, right?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, like the thing is, like, as far as work goes, like sometimes we have to go places. Like Sam works at a university. He does have to go every once in a while. So there's that. You know, Laura occasionally. Well, actually, no, he has to go every day. What am I saying? Lately, he has had to go every day. Laura occasionally gets gigs where she has to do sing at like a church service where she's like 5 miles away from anyone else. You know. And so there's that.
Yeah.
And so we all have stuff like that we have to do. And but otherwise, yeah, it's just like the three of us. We've hunkered down here, for the past couple months, and I'm definitely glad that I haven't been completely isolated during these times. Like, I'm definitely thankful that I get to live with two other like-minded musicians who also get the trials and tribulations of all of this. But for that reason too, it definitely has made me way more aware of the introvert time that I had naturally as I did go places,
Right.
when I did travel for work and play gigs and stuff. I didn't realize that all those annoying car rides, I have to spend an hour in the car, oh god, that sucks. No, it was actually pretty important. I just didn't know. I had no idea.
Absolutely.
Time, so I get that.
Yeah,
we've been doing curbside pickup. My parents are the only ones in our bubble. We had one other set of friends that we were seeing for a while, but the wife is an intervention specialist at one of the elementary schools, and she works with the students that need the most physical intervention.
Wow.
So kids that can't wear masks because they don't necessarily understand, or they'll pull them off of other people, or So there was some kind of thing that happened in the district where everybody is online except for those classrooms. So as soon as she got brought back in, we had to pop the bubble, as it were. So, since then, we've only been watching YouTube and movies and Netflix and playing games. Hanging out with the cat, basically.
I'm almost done with the semester now, and it feels really good. And this is the last... Tomorrow will be the second to last week for my streaming students where they have to present videos, all 3 hours. I just spend every 2 weeks now on peer review because I can't wander the lab and see how people are doing.
Yeah.
And so I've just traded. If I spend 5 minutes with 20 students, that's a 3-hour once-a-week class.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to have everybody present so often. But if I had the lab environment, I'd have more time to discuss readings and discuss techniques as well. So I kind of miss the old format of the class in some ways. But also, for me, because I do some music and some tech classes, I can't require my students to have the lab stuff. It's a money thing, right? I've got a reasonably good computer, but I can't expect all my students to own a 1080 Ti gaming grade machine. Right?
Yep.
And it's been tough.
And not all professors have gone that route. I have former students that have complained about that have said they're expecting us to make up for the fact that we can't be in whatever lab.
Yeah, I've tried lots of workarounds.
I had a composition student that was saying the licenses, that normally they have access to through the school, and I'm just thinking why couldn't the department try to get, either negotiate something or figure out some kind of work? I don't know. That was awful. It's okay, now on top of your regular textbooks, drop another several $100s on all these licenses on machines that might not be the most robust.
Yeah. Bam, get wrecked. That feels good. In any case, this game is reasonably short. There's 6 floors total. I'm on floor 3 right now, so we will finish it here at 11 o'clock. And you can get... Ooh. I don't actually want that.
Looks like a fun one. But yeah, we've been not going anywhere. I am cooking Thanksgiving next week. Thanksgiving, as we call it in our house. And I'm basically just planning for leftovers. Like, I'm making smaller amounts of things, but I'm mostly excited to just, like, have leftovers and eat on that for a while. So.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attempt it's also an opportunity to try new things. So I'm going to try to sous vide the turkey this year. I'm just doing like a turkey roast, like a breast roast instead of a full turkey. But I'm going to try to sous vide it and then sear it. Because I was reading a blog and they were like, hey, that's a really good way to do it. And I'm obsessed with my sous vide. So I'm like, I'm going to give that a shot and do some new recipes. And
I think I'm going to be getting on a Zoom call with my family for Thanksgiving, which is,
Yep, same here.
something that we don't normally do that, actually. I don't think I have had a single, like, voice chat call with my family since this has all gone down.
Wow.
But I think we're going to do that for Thanksgiving. I might just, like, order Chinese food or something.
Nice.
eat what you want. I think that's
Well,
the plan.
That's it. Like, if I can't get home next week, I still don't know if I'm traveling or not. It'll be a game day decision, honestly, on like Monday or Tuesday as to whether I can get to Maryland myself.
Right.
And, if I can't, then I'll Zoom with my family for Thanksgiving, and I don't know whether I'll cook myself a nice meal or if I will literally do like the pizza or the takeout because I'm like,
well, if I'm going to be in Maryland and you're going to be in Maryland, maybe we can not hang out like usual.
Hey,
isn't the pandemic terrible? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ocean City is a couple of hours away from where I would be anyway.
Yeah. It's a couple hours away from everything. Which is
Isn't
why
Ocean
I'm
City
going
one of those towns in like far southern Maryland that nobody realizes is a part of Maryland?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, no,
It's
I mean, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big destination.
It's just on that like thin strip of land that you don't normally look at.
Yeah, like far southeastern Maryland.
Yeah.
It's not super far. It's middle central eastern Maryland, kind of.
Yeah.
We've got some very, very good friends in that part of Maryland. The husband of that family works at he's not a military person, but he works as a chemical researcher on a military base. As a civilian contractor. But he's way out in Trump land part of Maryland, as he puts it.
That's southern Maryland. That's not Ocean City is farther north than that.
Okay.
This handyman has so many hands.
Yes, handyman has a lot of
profession.
hands. The real hope for the robot character is to get enough... Oof, this is gonna hurt. To get enough equipment that I'm not bound to needing a 5 or a 6 every time. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty close to that now. I mean, swinging for 14 there helps a lot.
I scaled back Thanksgiving last year because it was 2 days before our wedding. And I tried to host it as normal, and then my family was like, but it's 2 days before your wedding, and we don't want to, inconvenience you. And I'm like, I love cooking. I claimed this holiday as soon as we got this house. I was like, Thanksgiving is mine. So I was actually bummed last year that I didn't get to do a bigger Thanksgiving. It was just, a few people. So now this is year 2 of just a few people. That's okay, leftovers. Some of it might freeze well, too. Starting to think ahead to stocking the freezer for the early days of no sleep.
I guess, and this. Yeah, nothing. That's the worst roll I've had in 4 encounters now. I like that each floor has a different soundtrack to it. This one reminds me of Power Blade on the NES, with better percussion, obviously. I just don't feel like I hear enough jazz chiptune.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I like this.
Do you think that is a consequence of like form? Like jazz having more complexity of form, or more like improvisation, or more free form type?
I don't know, because this loops,
And then
right? If I sit here
pieces.
for a while, like, this is not going to turn into a 3-hour improv session.
Yeah. Or is it just the folks making chiptune are just not versed in jazz, and therefore don't do it?
I think that might be a thing, but I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and forget a major composer off the top of my head. Doug, what do you think about that? You're a jazz person.
Wait, repeat the question.
Why is there not a lot of chiptune jazz?
I wonder if part of it has to do. I mean, I don't know how true this would be, or how much this would actually affect it, but I wonder how much it has to do with the limited number of channels that chiptune artists often try to abide by. Like if you're using authentic hardware, you can't get more than 3-voice polyphony, right?
Right.
Right, on the NES.
And jazz like typically like really favors like very dense chords with extended tertians and stuff like that, and like a lot of moving parts. So I wonder if that might have to do with it. But that being said, I do hear like a few jazz or chiptune artists that do go into or delve into jazz harmony and stuff. It's definitely not something that is completely absent from the field. In fact, the very first Kickstarter project ever, which I backed, was a chiptune recreation of Miles Davis's Kind of Blue album.
Ah,
Oh, yes, that's right.
how'd it turn out?
It was cool.
It was good,
a bunch of
actually. I've heard
different
that.
artists. Yeah, a bunch of different artists, including Schnabubula and Disasterpiece. Which
Cool.
is pretty neat. But yeah, I also think that like chiptune, like I hear a lot of chiptune artists that come from like metal and rock backgrounds more often. That part of it might also have to do with the technological fluency that seems to come with that those genres. For whatever reason, I think folks are just kind of used to doing more home production stuff.
Yeah.
It's not as that. I don't see that type of expectation as prevalent in the jazz field. Not to say that there aren't jazz musicians with like tremendous technological fluency, but
Yeah, I hadn't thought about the number of notes in a chord element, but I think that's a fantastic event. I remember doing some teaching some jazz arranging several years ago, and the flute that we were setting stuff on was a trio. And that was probably one of the hardest things to negotiate. These were high schoolers again. Just sort of like, but I want to do this chord, but I like, unless I'm having everybody play chords, which wasn't, it was kind of an unusual combination of instruments too. It was like oboe / English horn player with a violinist with sort of a harp or something. So like we could kind of do some piano type stuff, but it was like the music was really unique. That instrumentation is not like what we associate with a good jazz trio. So, but yeah, there were questions about like, okay, and not everyone could play chords super fluently. So how do we arrange for that and still imply a bigger harmony than we actually have voices for?
I see. Huh.
And a lot of it was just sort of like trial and error and what sounded right.
Yeah.
I didn't have, like, I don't speak enough jazz to be able to, like, give them a theory-backed answer. I was just sort of like, oh, okay, let's try this. And then we went from there. Like, my arranging experience is just not jazz. As a violinist, I always tried to get into jazz groups, and I actually faced quite a lot of raised eyebrows and, like, you want to do what? And I'm like,
right.
Just play the parts. And they would just be like, well, we don't know what to do with you. I'm like, just give me a treble clef.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you cite like Jean-Luc Ponty, there are still like jazz bands that will look at you like you're out of your mind for wanting to learn that music, and especially at a conservatory. They're like, oh, you belong in classical land.
I love the singer.
Speaking of conservatories, right?
We're gonna murder her though.
Did she just go, oh?
Yeah, she did.
I like her 2-line staffs on her sheet music.
Right.
It's cracking me up.
Oof.
Oh, she has the best sound effect.
This reminds me a lot of like the Brittany Gears character in Ratchet and Clank.
Brittany Gears, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh my god, all the sounds. It's so funny.
A well-designed character right here. Suffering is good for artists. We're boosting her creativity.
Alright, she's gotta go.
Oh my gosh.
I was just having a conversation with one of my students about that recently. That sort of like romantic notion of like, oh, you won't be making good art if you're happy. Like you sort of have to be in a tortured place to make good art.
No, that's a terrible,
like,
terrible piece of advice. Nobody should tell you that ever.
It's such a terrible trope because like there's a functional spectrum within that where like, yeah, maybe if you're like newly in love, you're spending all your time with that person you're in love with and you're not writing anything, but there's also like on the other end, you can trust to function too. and yet we romanticize the negative end of the spectrum there.
No way. Happy musicians who are paid well and secure make the best music.
Yeah, if anything, like, too much struggle and you don't really have the brain space to do anything other than get by, so you have to have a certain level of stability to be able to create, I think. But I'm also not like a person who creates music. I play other people's music. That's how I was. Because I'm a violinist, I was trained to not like do my own thing.
I am not a good composer in the slightest.
No. I'm trained to read other people's music and do that. Arranging is about as close as I get. Like I can say I've gotten pretty decent at that, but that's still taking other people's music.
So what am I doing with this? At 9.
Ooh, the gargoyles sound effects are fun too.
Yeah, every different enemy has different sounds, which is a lot of work for, again, like, a game you don't expect that necessarily.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They've got maybe 3 or 4 each. Because we heard some repeats in the singer, but she definitely had a small quantity of sound effects.
Yeah. Oh, I should have taken my jackpot there. Now I'm gonna overload. That's okay.
Ooh, I like this section.
Yeah.
A little turnaround here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna wait for this to finish before I end this fight. Because this is really cool. This reminds me of Doug's probably heard it. I don't know about anybody else. But Jimmy Henson has 2 chiptune albums out that are both fantastic.
Oh. I might have heard... Oh, man, did I?
And this reminds me of those albums, this section right here.
Is that like Imposter Nostalgia or something like that? Is that album?
Imposter Nostalgia is the first one, and the second one is The Glory Days.
Ah, okay. I've definitely heard the first one. I got his first one when it came out.
I like the music in this.
I have fought all the things. I
Good
am
vibe.
maximum level and the best. I don't need any of this.
Good. It doesn't need you either.
Alright, down for the boss, and then we're going to be done for the night. Robot versus Audrey.
Wow. Audrey. Man, Audrey looks like Audrey's gonna kick my ass.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time for another boss battle.
Alright, robot. Let's do it. Ooh.
Look at this synth trumpet.
Yeah, I was just gonna comment on that. I'm like,
This is a really fun track.
got kind of like an 80s like gym vibe.
God, this music is great. Oh my god, it's so good.
This is like Eurodance.
That little trumpet lick right there is also like... That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever seen a bodybuilding competition?
Well,
Yes, because there was a
AMS one
body...
year.
Right, AMS, which the American Musicological Society, had its conference in the same hotel as a bodybuilding convention one year, which was hilarious.
But I mean, you saw them like kind of out of their like character. Did anybody actually go to any components of it?
I
No.
did not go to any components of it, but I saw enough people being painted in the elevator or hallway
Usually
that I
cooking,
felt like
right?
I had gone to it.
Or cooking spray. Yeah. Cooking spray gets the best sheen.
It was a thing.
The high school where I went, the theater is really nice, and it had like contracts with like the major labels, so we would get big artists, but also one of the regulars every year, a couple times a year, we'd get this bodybuilding show that would come in, and so the orchestra students would volunteer and like sell concessions or whatever at the bodybuilding shows, and then a portion of those proceeds would come back into the music department. So a lot of us saw a lot of bodybuilding shows just by working the like volunteer hours, and it's really something to behold. But the green room always smelled awful because of the cooking spray. Like the weeks afterward, you're just like, this is not great.
All right.
You did it.
A winner is us. This is the first time in a long time I've made this promise. Oh, we can finish this before 11. And then I actually delivered on that promise. Check that out, everybody.
You did it. You great.
Well, it's like how you kept saying we were on like our last week or second to last week of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh god, that started to suck after a while. Doug, have you played the original FF7?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so this game, FF7 Remake, ends right after the motorcycle sequence on the way out of Midgar. That's as far as you get.
Oh wow. Jeez.
And it took
It's
us
that long.
It took us on stream 9 weeks.
Wow.
We just kept
Holy
being so
moly.
surprised that it, like, we knew that there was padding, we knew it was a lot longer, we knew that they made a whole game out of just a section of the original game, but at the same time, I think all of us were just like, this is so much longer than we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Wow.
It is really good though, and Will Roger has popped in here to say, and I agree with him, that it is not just the best audio implementation of the year, but the best ever, and it's not close.
Wow. Man, okay, I gotta play it. I really gotta play it.
Dicey Dungeons, though, as I've shown, you can play a 20-minute session and have a good time with that. So if you need a short game, do that instead.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot more shorter games, though the next long game I suggest we look at, I don't think I want to play it from start to finish on stream, but I definitely want to look at it for music, is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Comes out tomorrow, and I am desperate to see what they're going to do relative to the Breath of the Wild soundtrack.
We haven't done any Breath of the Wild. Do you think it's something we would want to show a little bit of, like, different sections of Breath of the Wild and kind of
I could do that. I've got a save file here on the PC, because if you emulate it, it'll run at 60 frames a second, and it just feels gorgeous to play.
Yeah. So, and we could just, like, if you have a far along save, we could just warp to different areas.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be pretty easy to do.
I don't know if I want to do that next week, but taking me 2 weeks, I could get there in my save file, I think.
Well, yeah, and we'd want some time to get the new one. Like,
right, I want the new one so
get
I can
into it a
warp
little
around
bit
and show
see
people
it
as well.
Next week is Thanksgiving. I am available. I don't know what everybody's plans are, but like at this time, we'd be done eating and everything. So.
I've got to talk to Addie first to figure out, but yeah, we're not going anywhere or seeing family because the United States sucks. Hooray!
Yeah. So, keep an eye on our Twitters. Like, if we decide to do a bonus stream, it might be a different day.
Right.
But we don't have anything in particular.
And we might just end up, like, hanging out with folks on stream, not really doing anything per se. But just
a Jackbox or something.
Seeing folks, yeah, something like that.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Keep your ear to the ground for that. Because I have no idea what's going on with Thanksgiving, except I will be eating turkey and corn dish and pie.
There you go.
That's what I must
anything called corn dish has to win, right?
It's very Midwestern.
Dana knows what it is, right? With the Jiffy corn mix.
Oh, yeah, we do that. We just don't call it corn dish. Yeah, we call it, like, I don't know, corn pudding, corn souffle, something like that.
Yeah.
But
you gotta eat a ton of that on Thanksgiving, or it's not Thanksgiving.
I'm not even making that this year.
I've never made that, so
didn't even occur to me.
I have never made a corn dish that I know of. I've made corn dishes.
Not that it's out of the realm of possibility.
See, that is the most important thing for us. Remember what Addie's job is, right? So we will be eating corn dish.
Corn is important.
All
right, folks.
All right, keep an eye
Doug,
open.
thank you for joining us for Cave Story and for some goofing around. Yeah. We like having you around whenever you're free.
Yeah, it's great to hang out. It was great.
Yeah, travel safe.
Oh, thank you. You too, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Bye, all.